Hey everybody, Tanya back with Shooting Star SVG here, and today I just wanted to go through 24 lovely digital items that you can sell on Etsy. I get a lot of questions about this, and I know that there's a lot of concern about market saturation, but fret not if you have a great product. Saturation should not be a concern. So I'm going to go through kind of each product and show you things that maybe I would pick out and how you can capitalize on that. So I have a list in front of me, but I am going to go ahead and just get started. One of the more popular items on Etsy to sell digitally is digital planners. And I'm actually going to turn my keywords everywhere on so you can see volume and revenue on these things, and that's a very useful tool. So this is a fairly highly competitive item. You can see that there's 96,000 results. Now when people come on Etsy to find a digital planner, they probably have a specific idea in mind. People use planners for, anything and everything to stay organized. So if I was looking for a 2020 digital planner with stars, that's a very specific search. You can see I have 35 results, and that kind of narrows down what you may be looking for, so you can hone in on exactly what you're looking to do. But if you narrow it down to 2020 digital planner, you'll get about 8,000 results. Not as saturated as the 100,000 results, and you can see that the volume and the cost per click has actually gone up. So you can click on one of these. This right here is a bestseller. You go ahead and click on this, and you can see all of the things that will come with the planner. And it provides a lot of different things. So you can use this in GoodNotes and use it on your iPad or your iPhone. And it's kind of just a neat little thing to look into if you're looking to go down that route. The next thing I'm going to cover, which is near and dear to my heart, are scalable vector graphics, or SVGs, that people use for their silhouette and Cricut machines, which is SVG. You see when you type in Valentine's Day SVG, we have a whopping 45,000 results. It's actually kind of funny because a lot of these designs on the top front page are designers that I recognize. There are, it's a pretty niche group of people who consistently sell and are providing high quality files. And you can kind of go through and see that everybody has a different style. It's really just dependent on, what you think will sell. Here's one of mine on the second page that has been selling very well. And it really just is dependent on what you're looking to do. So that's one option, and you can narrow that niche down based off of what you're looking to target to try to corner a certain market. So baby bodysuit is another one that, I have some of my designs up here that pop up on the front page because they're just, needed by people. People love to make outfits for babies. So you can definitely narrow your niche down based off of what you're looking to do. And when you click on these, and I'll just go ahead and self-promote here and open up one of mine, you can see that I provide several different file formats in case somebody wants to just do a print and cut, or just print this out and use some of that if they do not have a Cricut or Silhouette machine. So that's number 2. I'm trying to cruise through these as I can. Sublimation designs are becoming very popular, and you have to have a special printer, and basically these are pattern designs that you can print out and iron onto or heat press onto shirts, and they have a lot more of a pop. You can see that the sublimation designs are a lot less search volume than SVGs, but you can see the level of detail on these are much greater than the scalable vector graphics, because you can really include those patterns and get them on shirts. So those are becoming more and more popular as time goes on. You can also look into selling clip art. Excuse me. Getting over a little bit of a cold. And you can see here that there are over 700,000 results if you just search specifically for clip art. And you have to be careful here, because a lot of stuff can be knockoffs rather, but you want the best bang for your buck. So you really have to take the time to either zone in on what you're looking for. So I'm just going to search for alien clip art. That was the first thing that came to my head. I don't know why. And you'll see that actually drops down to 870 results. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one here. You can actually see in this bundle that they provide several different pieces of clip art, but also a set of digital papers that go with the clip art images. So that's kind of a cool idea. They're using 2 different digital file types and providing more of a value for their files. So that kind of covers clip art. So I can just slide right into digital paper. And this is just that. People use this for scrapbooking, and they use it for patterns on their sublimation designs. Basically anything you can think of. People also use this for backgrounds and things of that nature. And a lot of the times it's the same design in a lot of different colors, but it really just depends on what you're looking for. So if you click on one of these, you can see that generally they come in packs anywhere from 6 up to 24, and sometimes even more than that, in all sorts of different patterns. Some of them are seamless, which means they're tileable. They're a repeating pattern, while some of them are not. So just make sure you read the descriptions. Make sure you understand, if you're advertising something as a seamless design, that it is actually in fact seamless and tileable. There have been times that I've purchased digital paper, I go to tile it in some sort of design, and then I find out that it is not actually seamless, and it's very frustrating. So make sure you're communicating that right off the jump. Okay, so that gets us through number 5. Another popular item is digital wedding signs. And people are loving the DIY. So you can see that this is a pretty saturated area, but not so much. And basically, you create these and people can go and print them out. Some of them are personalized, and you can do that as well. You can print these out at Staples and things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on one so you can see what that looks like. And a lot of these you can go in and edit. So it's just, you have the ability to customize what you're looking to do, and it's kind of a really neat idea. Now, instead of paying for somebody to create something, you can go print it yourself. All right. So that was number 6. Another thing people are creating, which kind of falls back into the wall art, is digital posters. And people are using their artwork, to do things like this. And that was kind of a funny one. And, things of that nature. Just be careful when you do this that you're not infringing on any copyright or trademark. Items are in the public domain. You're using your own artwork or clip art or whatever it is that you're putting together. You want to make sure that you're protected, because God forbid you design something and put it up and it's just not in compliance. So these Mickey and Minnie Mouse printouts are definitely infringement, and you don't want to go there. Okay, so posters is another thing, or you could try digital wall art. That gives you over 1 million results. A lot of people are classifying their stuff as digital wall art. So you really have to hone down on what your actual niche is and think about how somebody would search for your stuff. So another thing that people are doing are digital birth announcements. A lot of the times these are in template form. You can see here there's about 8,000 results, and each one has its own differences to it. A lot of these, they're editable. So once you download it, you get a link to go somewhere like Template or whatever it may be, and you can actually go and input whatever the stats are for your baby or somebody's baby that was just born. Another thing you can look into is business card templates. I don't know why that didn't pick up. Business card templates. I can't spell tonight. It's been a very long day. And again, you can see that there are a bunch of different templates. If you click on this, you can see that it is an instant download. And again, the way that this works is you download it, you edit it, and then you can go and print it out on cardstock or whatever it may be. And this is on something called template.com that can link to your Etsy shop. This is becoming more and more popular with passive income users. Okay, so another thing you can look at is resume templates. This is also something that's becoming more and more popular, and basically you are provided with an editable template that you can use to input your job history, work history, whatever that might be. And I think these are useful. I'm not super creative when it comes to resume building, but this is super important if you're looking for a job. Another thing that you can sell if you're a photographer or like to take photos is stock photography. And a lot of the times people will bundle up their stock photography, and you can see that people really stylize certain things, and it's really just dependent on what you're looking for. You just have to make sure that you're reading the license terms to ensure that you're not violating anything if you're using the stock photos. Okay, so another thing that people are selling, which is probably not super high on Etsy, is website themes. So people are selling, Shopify themes and WordPress themes, and these actually can, if you're really tech savvy, like you can sell these at a really high price point. I've considered dabbling in different templates because that's one thing I like to nerd out on. Is taking a base template and then creating, my kind of own design. So you can really get creative with this and make some good money, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Okay, so we've gone through about 12 different items, and I got 12 more to go. Invitations. So I'm just going to type in first, birthday party invitation. And let me make sure that I have digital in here. That should narrow down the results. Yeah. And you can see a ton of things pop up. A lot of these are super cute and are based off of themes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this dinosaur one because my son loves dinosaurs, even though he's older than one. And again, you can download this, edit it yourself, which is very nice. And then you can go ahead and print this out at a Staples or an Office Max or something like that. So really cool ideas. Same kind of thing. I'm just going to type, this is a niche, really, digital Christmas cards. You could do the same thing for, any type of holiday, really. But digital Christmas cards, people have different templates that they create. You can purchase, and when you click on this, I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one. The template is given to you, and then as you can see, you need Photoshop to edit the template. There are some more user-friendly tools to edit greeting cards now, but you can see here this one is an instant download. And again, you go back to template to edit this, and then you can go ahead and print it out. So it's a really neat idea. These are some of the things that I might be dabbling in the future, and maybe not other shops if I want to branch out from SVGs. Another huge one is Mockup Photos. So I'm just going to type in coffee mug mockup, and you're going to see it just blow up. Interestingly enough, there's only 2,800 results, and you can see that there is a slew of coffee mockups in front of a lot of different designs. And basically what these are for is to take whatever your design is that you've created and superimpose it on the mug. And you can do these in flat lay JPEG format, which is just basically taking your image and placing it on top of the photo, or you can create a smart object in Photoshop, which allows you to see more of the contour of the mugs. I personally prefer smart objects. They're a little bit more expensive. You can make a little bit more money off of those versus the JPEGs. And you can see that there are mockups for everything, with t-shirt mockups probably being the most popular. You have over 35,000 results for t-shirt mockup. But if you type in wine bottle mockup, because sometimes we do make wine bottle labels, you'll have much less of a market or competition, rather, when you're looking at things like that. Another thing that you can do is digital party theme decor. So sometimes people can't find what they need in the store, and they really just want to print out or whatever they're looking for. So a lot of the times these are sold in themes, and you can see that there's a video game centerpieces here. There's some Visco Girl party centerpieces. Not sure if that trend has died or not yet. Looks like since it's a bestseller, it hasn't. Basically, you can use these as party centerpieces or props for like photo booth. And, there's banners that you can buy and invitations. And like I said, sometimes they just come with the full-blown sets. And like here, for example, you have straw flags and props and water bottle labels and thank you tags and cards and food tents, and people have chip bags and things like that. So it's really neat that people can make a profit off of this, and you can see that the competition isn't super insane depending on what you're looking to do. So there's another one. Another one that I love and I'm looking into is digital coloring books. These are super neat. About 15,000 results for that. And basically, it is what it is. You can print these out and color to your heart's content, right? So a lot of the times these are sold in PDF or high quality JPEG, and you basically just print these pages out and color to your heart's content. That's a very relaxing activity. So there's some profit in that. I remember seeing somebody's story about how they created a adult humored coloring book, and people just went crazy over it and went super viral, and they made a crap ton of money. Another item that you can look into is do-it-yourself photo frames or digital photo frames. And you can see that there's not like a huge amount of listings for this, but basically they're just what they are, frames where you can drop your photos in. People use these for digital scrapbooking, and they use them for websites and announcements and things like that. So it's something you can certainly look into if you're looking for something a little bit different. You can also do digital gift tag labels. Again, there's about 50,000 results on this, so it just is dependent on what you're looking for. They have them for all sorts of different holidays and occasions and things like that, so definitely something that you can look into as well. And you could just type in digital labels, and you're probably going to get even more results. You can get address labels and gift tag labels, frame labels, which you can use on mason jars and jars for the kitchen and things like that. So you could also look into different types of digital labels. Another thing is logo design. You can actually go and see if somebody provides custom logo design, and you can provide the same thing. You can go and provide logo design for people, and you can make a really good profit off of that. I know I do that on the side and can make anywhere from $100 to $300 doing just one design for somebody custom made. So that's a good thing to look into. One thing that I think is growing now with social media on the rise is social media kits. And if you look this up, there's not a ton of hits on this in comparison to everything else. But if you look for social media kits, there are different planner stickers, but you can look and see here. This is what I was talking about when I mean social media kits. Is you get a template basically for social media posts, and they're in the size and format that you need for your post, and it's a picture, and then you overlay what your text is going to be. So these are good if you're trying to do basically branding. So if somebody's trying to do branding, they want to get a template set so they have the same color and things of that nature. So you can definitely make some profit off of social media kits or social media sets. Maybe I could search for and see if that comes up with anything else. Social media post template. Let's try that. Here we go. And you can see people have, a lot of different ones where, again, it's just a background and you overlay your text, and you can use that to create brand awareness. So this is becoming more and more popular, and a good thing to get into if you like color theory or to try to help somebody expose and increase brand awareness. One thing that you can get into is, if you like embroidery, is embroidery design. I don't know if this is going to pop up with a bunch of embroidery, digital embroidery designs. I hope this doesn't pop up with a bunch of physical items. Okay, it doesn't. So basically, an embroidery design is something that is digitized. These are very intense to make. You have to understand the software. You have to understand how an embroidery machine works, so that way you can get all the nuances of how those embroidery machine works. So you can go and check out some of these different appliques on here, and you can make some pretty good money off of that. you can see there's only about 22,000 results, so it's not a super saturated market. And the last but not least thing that I'm going to cover is Procreate brushes. You can also look up Photoshop brushes, but these are cool. Like, I purposely will go out and and you can see there's only 2,200 results. We'll go out and look for like unique Procreate brushes that I can use to create digital papers on my iPad, and things like that. I really got into Procreate maybe 6 or so months ago when I picked up an iPad Pro, and every time that I can get a good brush bundle, like, I'm all for it if it's going to help me with my digital pattern creation, as well as just cool effects on some of my drawings. So you can do Procreate brushes, which is an up and coming thing. Photoshop brushes as well. You'll see that there's, not as many results as well. The cool thing now is with the Procreate update, you can actually use Photoshop brushes in Procreate. So backwards compatibility, pow, you can use those ABR files on both avenues. So you can also look into Photoshop overlays, and those are basically files that you can use to, improve your graphics. It's like super cool. This one is, realistic soap bubble overlays, and it's an instant download where basically, this was the picture before, and these are the pictures after with some of the overlays applied to them. And then, same goes here. You have this little cute baby, and then you apply this overlay in Photoshop, and you have all these bubbles. So it's really cool. Oh gosh, this is super cute. It's really, really cool thing if you want to add a special touch to your photos. So they give these to you usually in PNG format, so that you have the transparent background, or a JPEG format, and you just provide the overlay blending option. And yeah, that just, like, holy smokes, made my whole day. So that was really cool. So again, those are just some of the things that you can get into if you're looking to start a passive income journey. I know this video is quite long. I don't anticipate everybody to go through it all in one go. I am going to create a blog post on this, so I'm going to go through all of these 24 items in the post and kind of explain what you can use them for and what examples are. The list is ever growing. If it's something that you can put up that is going to solve a problem for somebody, you can sell it. And just remember that the beauty of passive income is once you put it up there, you promote, and do what you can to get traffic, and the thing will start selling itself. So hopefully y'all got some ideas from this. And if you can think of something that I missed, please feel free to give me a comment below. I'd love to hear what y'all are selling or what some of your ideas are. And I hope everybody has a great night. Oh, yes. And if you've made it this far and haven't shut me off yet, please give me a like and subscribe below, as that gives me motivation to continue growing. So I hope everybody has a great night.